and I fumble. Boys, I've been drinking for days. Well, I stagger and I fumble. Boys, I've been drinking for days. And the reason I'm drinking, my woman got some low down ways.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Looks full.
Full of dick. Oh, the hair?
Yeah. What do you think I was talking about?
The screen.
I don't know.
Ugh.
I can put mine back a little bit more.
Oh. So yeah, the lady I was giving my evaluation today was like, just talking about blood levels, and it was for a psych eval because I'm going for therapy, but this is a psychologist. So she's like running through all my tests, and they gave me a urine test when I got there, and I totally forgot about it. And she's asking me about out drinking and smoking and all this stuff. And I said something about cocaine, and I was like, oh yeah, like I used to do it a lot, but I don't really do it anymore. Like, I think the last time was a couple months ago. And she, like, in a thick accent, basically said, no, it's in your urine. I didn't understand her at first. So like, no, it's been like a couple months. Like, listen, I can't help you if you don't fucking answer me. I was like, it's in your urine. She finally enunciated. I was like, oh, so I did it Sunday.
That's funny.
And then I was like straight up honest with her or whatever. But she's like, tell me about this blood test I got like before that they kept trying to call me and get a hold of me, but I was at work to give me my results. But they had them too. And she's like, from what you said you drink and stuff, these levels don't make any sense. You're extremely healthy. Like, your blood pressure is amazing. Your kidney function's amazing. Your liver function's amazing. And she told me the liver things, like, for how much you drink, this level is at like 71, whatever it was. It's like, it's really low. Like, even for somebody who doesn't drink, that's low. And said, you drink a lot. And I was like, yeah, give me an example of a high number. She's like, 150, and yours is 71. I was like, oh, so it's like less than half.
Yeah.
High level would be. She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, so basically what you're saying is I'm immune to alcohol. I can just drink as much as I want.
You're immune to the side effects of alcohol. There's like there's alcoholics that are like that.
Yeah.
For pressures from them. I just saw that funny.
Like, I mean, it can happen. It's just not common, and that's really low.
Yeah, dude, that means you're in the clear. You're good to just drink however much you want.
That's what I said.
I saw that Bert Kreischer movie yesterday. It kind of was not funny, and I fell asleep. But
what?
The Bert Kreischer movie, The Machine.
Oh, it wasn't good?
It was definitely like, it was original and shit, but it just wasn't that funny. It's like kind of like a stand-up. I'm not a big fan of
You
this.
also fell asleep.
Yeah, because I wasn't.
You told me that you fell asleep and said it was garbage, and then
I fell asleep during the middle. I saw the beginning and the end.
But then I brought up how you fell asleep during Star Wars, and
Yeah.
then just got up halfway through, didn't say a fucking word to anybody, and just left.
Well, I'm not gonna fucking just watch like some of the movie.
You didn't have to, but you could have just fucking at least told us that you were leaving. You just got up and left like you were going to the bathroom, and just never came back.
I don't talk during movies, dude. I'm quiet. I don't want to disturb anybody watching.
Pretty sure we all rode there together, though.
What?
Pretty sure we all rode there together, though.
On the road.
No, I'm pretty sure we all rode.
Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, you think I left you guys at the fucking? There's no way.
It's
No.
like 3-4 years ago. I don't remember.
I think you and Ray drove there
It
together.
was me and Ray, and you tried to do the seat gap, and then Ray kept scooting over because you're like, I'm not doing the seat gap.
I successfully did the seat cap, the gay seat. You tried to do a gay seat too, and Ray wouldn't let you not have.
Yeah, so now I don't care anymore. There's no more gay seat. I just sit next to my boy.
I don't like sharing an armrest. I need
She's my shoulder.
I don't think I could ever, fly on a plane. I've done it before, but I was a kid.
That was a kid. It was at church camp. Father Gigante.
A church camp on a plane.
Church camp yeah, we were traveling to Jerusalem.
We flew on the wings of Jesus.
But apparently I have a thyroid problem, though. By the way.
Does that mean you get fat really easy?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to go Thursday morning. I'm going to call and try to get a last minute appointment because they kept trying to contact me about these results, and because I retested. I tested, then I retested. And so I'm sitting there talking to this lady about it. She's like, oh, they might have to test you again. I'm like, no, that was the retest. She goes, oh, yeah, then there's something wrong.
Would explain why you're so fat.
Well, it's either overactive or underactive. If it's overactive, that means I lose weight really easy, which would explain why I'm able to eat like 4,000 calories a day on accident and not look horrible.
Damn, I want a fucking thyroid problem. The underactive one. I probably have the overactive one.
The
So
overactive one is where you lose weight really easy.
oh well, then I want the well, that's what I want.
That's what you want. But
So
apparently, it's way off. Apparently, and that's responsible for weight gain, mood swings, and shit. And I was like,
oh,
whatever.
it's all making a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
So we have the one bedroom now in this new apartment, and I don't like sleeping like with somebody else in the bed because I like to put my arm out. So I was like, we have to get a king mattress. And so like a couple days before we moved in, we go to fucking Mattress Firm. And
Oh no,
usually,
Anthony told me.
huh? Anthony
Anthony,
told you? Well, let me
I
tell the
called
story then. What a fucking piece of shit ruining my story.
he told me that you were mad at him because you got taken advantage of.
Mad at him?
He said Russell got mad at me because of how little I got my bed for, and it's a better bed
I didn't
compared
get mad at him. But it was just like I wasn't like on my guard. I didn't think of it as like going to buy a fucking car. And so the first thing they do is like they lay you down in these like vibrating beds and shit. And they're just like the most comfortable things ever. And the motherfucker showed us four beds. He showed us the one we got, the Tempur-Pedic, and another one that was like scientific. He actually showed two different ones of the one we got. One is a pillow top, which is what we ended up getting. Four most expensive beds in there. And then for some reason, I felt that we needed the adjustable frame. Anyways, we spent like $6,000 on the fucking bed. Not really spent it, but signed up to pay for the next 3 years $6,000 on like it's another fucking car payment, dude. It's $180 a month,
they
which
should pay for insurance.
technically we can afford that. It's just fucking annoying that for 3 years straight I have to pay for all this. This Sandhill crane out there is trying to get this guy's grill. I thought Sandhill cranes were herbivores.
They're dickheads, that's for sure.
Huh?
Dickheads, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was in the guy's fucking patio.
They're definitely not herbivores, bro. I just watched one the other day digging
I
fucking.
talked to her. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
it was digging baby moles out of the golf course the other day. I saw him. It was literally taking. I saw a dead baby mole, and it was digging a bunch of these little holes. It was eating baby moles.
I do that sometimes when I get like angry. Let's go out and find
No, moles, not buttholes.
Oh yeah, I misheard you, dude. So I have to fucking tell you about. So you remember the movie we watched, the South Park movie that they made in college, Cannibal Musical? It was about Alfred Packer and he like was accused of killing all those guys. Bro, we watched it.
I know.
And
I'm not saying we didn't watch it. I'm trying to. I remember something about that. I'm
let's
trying
build a
to
snowman. We can make him our best friend. We can name him Tom.
it was a cheap, low budget movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they made it in college. So it
Yeah,
was,
I don't know if we watched the whole thing though.
I'm pretty sure we did. Anyways, I was telling this dishwasher about it at work. Well, he's my friend. That's weird to just describe him as a dishwasher. He's not even a dishwasher. He's a prep cook and dishwashes sometimes. So I take that back. That's not, he's cool.
Let's say dishwashers are the worst.
Yeah, no, he's cool. He's the hardest working person I've ever met in my life. And he used to be a busser. And anyways, so he tells me about Ari
Wait,
Aster. Huh?
Mexican.
No, he's not Mexican. He's
Not the
white.
hardest working German in your life.
No, he's way harder working than a Mexican dude. And I have a story about that too. Speak about Mexicans. Fucking put a fucking pin in that. So he tells me about, he's like, oh, did you see Ari Aster's first movie? And Ari Aster is the guy that did Hereditary, which is a fucking fantastic movie.
Never heard of it.
It's a horror movie. It's fucking great. And then Midsommar, which is also really good.
Never heard of it.
So I watched, it's a short film. And so I looked it up on YouTube and I have to break down this movie for you.
Is this like how you broke down Old Boy for me before I watched it?
Yes, but this will still be as good if you listen to this and then watch it. Or if somebody listening to this wants to see it, fucking pause, go watch it. It's like 20 minutes long and then come back. Anyway, so it starts off like it's like in the bedroom of this kid and he's like jerking off under his covers. And then it's called All About or it's called Something Strange About the Jeffersons or something like that. And I think it might be Johnsons. I think I was racist and they were saying Jeffersons because it's a black family. And so
Thomas Jefferson, white, so I don't think that's racist. That's a bisexual name.
Thomas Jefferson, I guess.
Yeah, that's a bisexual name.
It's a bisexual name?
Yeah.
Why?
Biracial, whatever. You know what I mean?
Same thing.
It's like, oh, Kelly. Kelly can be for a guy or a girl. It's bisexual. It's actually unisex, but
well, I know it is, but typically it's black name.
Yeah.
Surname. Anyways, so yeah, it's in the kid's bedroom and he's like jerking off under the covers. And then his dad like accidentally walks in and he's like, oh shit, and he closes the door. And then he ends up like having a talk with him about like how it's like natural and all that. And he's like, now that you know this, know that everybody does it. And um he's like, and now it won't be taboo anymore. You know what taboo means, right? And he's like, he explains to him what taboo means. Anyways, the dad leaves the room and the kid puts the picture down that he was jerking off to, and it's a picture of his dad. So then the next scene, I know, dude, the whole movie, I was like, the next scene, it's like them taking a family photo at like Sears, like you used to go to, you know, and there's like a backdrop and everything. And it's like, it's him and his parents, right? And the son and the dad are just like smiling at it. They can't stop looking at each other. And the photographer's trying to get his like attention. And he can't stop like smiling at his dad. And his dad's like smiling back at him. So fucking creepy.
Wait, hold on. So is his dad also like into him?
Hold on, Doug.
This is so weird.
I'm telling you, it's the craziest movie I've ever seen in my life.
This is like Old Boy.
This is crazier than Old Boy. By the way, Old Boy is being released in theaters, but I just saw it on the thing yesterday. So then it goes to his wedding, like, 10 whatever years later, 15 years later, and the mom is going around looking for them, and she can't find them until like the rehearsal afterwards. And she hears them talking behind this like fence, and she goes and looks through the hole, and the kid's sucking the dad's dick. He's like gets on his knees and starts sucking his dad's dick.
The kid is the one who just got married.
He just got married, so he's older now, but he's blowing his pops. He's blowing Papa behind the fence.
That's so weird.
And then the mom just like is just like totally just, I don't know what the right word is, just like white because it's the craziest thing she's ever seen.
Is it weird? Is it weird that I think it's more weird that if it was him and that if him and his mom were the ones in this letter, I think that's weirder than him and his dad. Is that weird that I feel that way for some reason?
It is weird because I feel like him and his dad has an extra gay component, and which makes it factually worse.
Yeah, it definitely makes it factually worse. But I feel like
I guess in the sense that he can't get his dad pregnant, there's that.
Yeah, that's what, I guess it's like there's less negative side effects to it. I feel like.
But listen, this it's not over. That's just the beginning. And then then his dad like feels terrible, and his dad's like a poet. And so he and a writer, he writes he writes a manuscript about it, about how he shouldn't have done this, and he's part of what's wrong and everything. And the kid's really weird. Like the kid as a grown up is like very controlling and like
sexually frustrated.
Well, I think his dad was easing that, but he's like very almost like a violent person.
He's a violent queer.
And then his dad types this whole thing up, and he makes his wife leave the house. He's like, I'm just gonna stay for a few days here. And so the dad leaves like the manuscript on his pillow, and he comes in later with it, like he just read it, and they get into like an argument about it, and the dad's almost like kind of afraid of him. And then later the dad
She was going to backseat the truck.
Sorry, continue.
And then later the dad's like in the tub with like headphones on, and there's something like banging on the door, and he ends up like kicking the door down, and he goes in and just fucking rapes his dad in the tub.
What the fuck?
As he's leaving, as he's getting out of the tub, he's like pulling up his pants, like, put that in your manuscript. So then,
Fuck.
yeah, so
This
then
why would you? Why would you watch this?
it was like 20 minutes long, dude. I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was the craziest thing ever. So then he he burns the manuscript, and the dad like has like another copy, and the son catches him trying to like leave with it to, I guess, take it to publishing or whatever. I don't know. And then he's acting like he's gonna be violent again, and so his dad runs out of the house and then gets hit by like a mail truck or something. And oh, by the way, when he's raping his dad, the mom's like just listening, and she like turns up the volume to like zone it out because she can hear him raping in the tub. And so dad gets hit by a car, and the son runs and he grabs his dad, and he's like screaming, crying no. And the mom runs over to go grab him. And he's like, "Don't you fucking touch him!" And then so later, the dad dies, and then after the funeral, the kid's like trying on his dad's clothes and looking in the mirror. And then the mom comes in to confront him with the greatest line in the whole movie. She goes, "Son, why did your dad cry the night he took you home from prom?" And he's like, "I can't remember. It's so long ago." And they end up getting into an argument and then into a fight. And he tries to kill his mom with like the fire poker. And I think she like gets it somehow and ends up like killing him. And that's the end of the movie.
That's so weird.
Weirdest thing I've ever seen. But I was just like the whole time watching it.
That's nuts. It's like worse than Two Girls, One Cup.
Well, also Two Girls in One Cup was fake. I found that out in like
Oh,
recently.
it wasn't fake though? One guy, one jar.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever actually watched that one. I watched.
Oh God, there's no way that's fake. You see the blood pour out of his butt.
Oh yeah, Mr. Hands. Remember Mr. Hands is the guy who got fucked by the horse.
Oh yeah. And they killed him because he fucking essentially blew.
Dude, I mean it's this long, ruptures every fucking organ in the leg, and you're calling. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would still try it though.
I'll still try it though.
Fuck, I forgot to say. Oh, the Pain Olympics. Remember that? Huh?
No, he is. We're doing a little pot. Are you selling something?
Yeah. Are you doing a podcast?
Yeah, right now.
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
But,
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Wait, you should have asked him. Have you seen the Pain Olympics, where the guy has a rubber band around his balls and starts cutting off his balls and slicing his balls in half?
That's fucking weird.
He cuts off his balls and his dick. You don't remember that one? The Pain Olympics?
Yeah, I remember hitting with a hammer and shit.
Dog, he ties a fucking
Oh yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
dude, he cuts off his dick and you can see like the lower intestine like hang. It's so fucking gross. Like just yellow just coming out of his severed dick hole.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
I was talking to Tom at the bar, and he said something about Two Girls, One Cup. It's the worst thing ever. And I was like, what about One Guy, One Jar? And he was like, oh yeah, that's way worse. Never mind.
Tom.
He bartends at Squids.
Yeah.
But yeah, this kid
Yes.
just came over. Had to try to come over and this do door-to-door sales just now. I basically just told him to fuck off.
Yeah, dude, we had a kid do that when we were moving out, and it was for something delivered to the house. Like, obviously, we're moving. There's a U-Haul parked right in front of the apartment, and we're taking shit in now. And she was just being nice, like listening to him. And I was like, dude, we're moving, so it's not even gonna apply to us. He goes, oh, word. Yeah, dog, word. Look at all the shit going out of the house into the truck. Fucking idiot. It was
I'm leaving here.
yeah. It's like I'm not local to your church. I can praise Jesus from a much nicer neighborhood.
Her neighborhood wasn't that bad.
In fact, you're drunk. So
Not yet.
yeah, you don't get drunk though. You're immune.
I'm immune.
So back to the Mexican thing, and new owners bought the apartment complex, the old apartment complex, and it was Mexicans. The only people who spoke English was the two ladies in the office, and we had first of all, they came there and said that they had us marked as vacant. So there was this like crackhead lady that like came to the house, like I don't know if I already told the story last time, but she came to the house like they had basically like given her this apartment and she wanted to see it, and I was out there smoking, and she kept coming back, like just I'm assuming just wondering when we were going to move out. And then so the people came up and they're like, "Oh, they had you listed as vacant." I had to send them the fucking lease 3 separate times because they told me that like 3 different times. But we had a leak coming from the fucking toilet upstairs into the
Yeah.
bathroom nonstop.
Again, you had that problem when I lived there.
Multiple times. That was in the shower, and we had that multiple times too. But this was above the toilet.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
yeah, and they kept saying they'd fix it, and it would just leak and leak and leak, and they still haven't fixed it. It's been like fucking 3 weeks now, but that's their problem now. But yeah,
That's their problem now.
just trying to fucking tell them they don't fucking speak English, and they just kept going, "He speaks," and they're like, "Still dripping." Like the last day we were there, he's like, "Still dripping," and he's like, "We're like, yeah." He goes, "Fixed?" I'm like, "No, not fixed." They would just sit there and argue, and every time we'd be like, "You need to fucking call a plumber." There would just be some Mexican that came in with like a truck that would go help them, like not even like a plumbing truck.
Not even a plumbing truck, just like a
No.
regular diploma.
Fuck them. This place is so much nicer. What story were you talking about? You said you had a story.
I forgot because they're moving cars around out here. I'm a little distracted. Sorry.
I'm distracted by that Broncos fucking poster behind you.
Yeah, that's Jared's. It's not mine.
Well, I figured it's not yours. It'd be weird if it was yours. What a weird team for you to like the Broncos. Yeah, I'm really into the Denver Broncos. Big Russell Wilson fan.
Big Russell Wilson fan.
Uh, he was actually really good with the Seahawks, but
That's funny. Whenever I was talking to the doctor earlier though about drug use and alcohol use, I was explaining to her like I'm not like a cokehead or anything. Like once or twice a month, I'll do it. When I forgot that I did some Sunday. That's why because I just did it during golf. I was drinking whatever. It's like I went on like a bender, but I forgot it was in my system. And she's like mixing, but she sounds like my stepmom because she's got a really thick Spanish accent. So she sounds like my mom Angie, and she's like, "Oh, you gotta be careful because they put you in the hospital." It's like your chest is big. You're not skinny. You're hard. We're already working hard. You need to be careful. But I didn't understand what she was saying. Like I had to keep asking, like, wait, what are you saying?
They're like, your chest is small, you flat bitch.
Flat bitch. Yeah. So essentially, I am extremely healthy for myself. And I have to wait. They're so backward on going to therapy because they wanted to give me medications. Like, I don't want medication. That's the whole point of going to therapy. But I can't see anybody till August 21st. They're that backed up on therapists. A lot of people got problems, I guess.
Why don't you just do that BetterHelp.com shit?
I don't know, man. I haven't been a doctor in like 10 years. So I'm kind of just doing everything at once. I have an MRI scheduled next month.
Maybe we can get a sponsor from BetterHelp.com.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucked up like Alex?
Yeah, can you fuck me up real quick?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have an MRI for my back coming up next month and stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on. Thyroid stuff, mind stuff, back stuff.
Is that what happens when you turn 30?
No, this is what happens when you neglect your health altogether for 10 years.
You're relatively healthy.
I'm actually pretty fucking healthy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, conscious, I guess. Conscious of what you, like, eat and shit. Somewhat. Maybe not.
I'm not at all.
I never actually. Now that I think about it, not ever.
I eat whatever I want. I just eat whatever I want.
Yeah, that must be nice.
I just work out and eat whatever I want, drink water, and try not to eat late at night.
Doesn't work for dude. I was still working out 5 days a week past few weeks, and I was just getting fat because I was eating like a fucking asshole.
I bench pressed 375 pounds the other day.
Did you?
10 pounds more than my all-time max.
I just started going back to the gym yesterday, so
I'm feeling pretty strong. We got 345 for 2. I'm all natural though. I've never taken anything. So I told this guy Justin that I used to go to the gym with, and he's like, he's a big guy, and he's like, oh, he's being a dick. He's like, oh, it's nothing. I had 4 something on a few months ago when I was doing tests. I'm like, yeah, you're twice my size and you're on testosterone. I am 5'6", 7", and I'm doing this all naturally. So you live and you barely. I'd be a dick, bro.
I do like creatine, pre-workout, protein. All the
I take
normal.
pre-workout.
Take vitamin D.
I'll give you some vitamin D.
Vitamin D is good for performance. I also take, based on Huberman, Andrew Huberman, I take Fedosia agrestis and Tongkat Ali.
I don't know if that is.
Yeah, dog, because you're not in the know. You're not a part of the health club. You're not part of the Huberman labs. I study
Bro, I'm
Huberman.
part of the Campione labs, bro. I'm fucking jacked.
Bro, Huberman's way better than Campione labs. Campione labs is fucking gay. Campione labs is just eat pizza every day.
I'm 218. Still pretty heavy. It's not like I've lost any weight or anything. I'm still 218.
I probably was just at 205 recently, like earlier this week, and it's probably all like inflammation shit. But now I'm like 197. I should be lower than that. I was in like 192 and shit before Elvis died, and then when Elvis died, I just started fucking eating, and drinking too much. I was still working out, like I said, 5, 6 days a week, maybe 4 or 5 days a week.
Talking about the dog, right? Not the rock star.
Yeah, dude. 1980. When did he die? Like 1980.
A long time ago. Ever since birth, I've just been out of control because Elvis died.
Yeah, dude. I was born. My dad told me Elvis died 20 years ago, and I was like, no, I'll never be able to deal with this. It was like rock and roll.
It should have been me on the toilet.
I was born on a blue Christmas.
You were not born on Christmas.
You were born on Christmas, pretty much.
Yeah. Wait, what's your birthday? The October 15th.
Yours is December 2nd or 3rd. I always get it mixed up. Second.
You would have said 3rd first, and I said you're completely wrong. Well, you said it correctly first, so if you just said 3rd or 2nd, I'd be like, no, you're way off.
Yeah, I was. There's somebody else who's December 3rd. That's why I always get it fucked up. Your nephew?
Oh, he's December 1st.
I don't fucking know your nephew, so that's clearly not. That's not what's.
Yeah, but you've had to have heard me talk about it every day.
I didn't know you had a nephew until you just said it. Maybe I did. I don't retain that shit.
Yeah, it would have been subconscious, if anything. You said somebody. It's like maybe you have a loose memory of me talking about my nephew's birthday.
Yeah, probably not. I'm not in therapy. I don't have old.
If you wrote about my cousins, you don't know. For all I don't fucking know.
I know your cousins because they're hot Argentinian bitches.
No, those are my stepsisters.
Nazi heritage.
Those are my stepsisters.
Oh, that's right. We'll see. I don't know your cousins.
I'm talking about the fucking first episode of the series.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I still have to publish those. I was editing. I had by the way, don't say my girlfriend's name. She doesn't want you to say her name. She got mad at you last time. Not really mad, but she was like, Alex said my name.
Whatever, Jane.
Yeah. I just call her slut. So if you want to fucking refer to her as slut, that'll work perfectly.
Can I say whorebag?
Whorebag works. Anything degrading she loves. She loves when I spit in her mouth.
Oh no. Okay, so I have another boyfriend that I work with, by the way, and she is absolutely insane.
Hey, bitch, can you grab me a beer?
She dated somebody, and I work with her all day Mondays, and she's like tells me about how she likes like spitting in each other's mouths when she fucks and shit. Like, so you can kind of picture what she would be like if that's the kind of shit she's into.
Gross.
And then her and this guy she dated for like 4 months, like broke up, and she's like all whatever about it. And she's talking about how he got mad at her after they broke up because he went to where he works and some guy spit tequila in her mouth or some shit. And I was like, yeah, I'd be mad too. Because if anybody I ever dated, even if I'm not dating you, like even somebody I did date did that in public, I'd be like, you're a garbage person and get away from me.
Bro, I almost punched this fucking Mexican lady yesterday. She was doing like, first of all, don't go to the gym to do circuit training. Or if you do circuit training, go in the fucking like
Go in the corner. Don't be in the middle of my shit.
So I thought she had left I was gonna do dips. I was in the middle of doing dips. I had like one more fucking set, and she was on it like before, but then went all the way to the other side of the thing. So like, of course, naturally, I should be like, oh, she's using something on the other side of the gym.
She's one of those people who tries to take up two things across the gym from each other.
I hate it so much. And she's doing circuit training the whole time. You can just see her, she's like nonstop moving. And then she just literally like I'm standing in front of the dip bars. And I just take like one step to the side. I look over, she just walked right past me and just starts using it. Doesn't say a fucking word to me or anything. And then I'm trying not to, I want to like stare down, but at the same time, I don't want to look like I'm watching her work out because I just don't want to be a creep. And then so
Okay, you say, ¿Tienes problema?
I should
You have
just
a problem?
face, dude. I just shouldn't even, and then she just had some like huge Jack boyfriend that just comes and starts wailing on me. But still, it'd be worth it.
Hey, but you get your ass beat like a man. You know why? Because at least you stood up for what you believe in and you weren't backing down when somebody else came up.
I'd stand up to the girl, I'd punch her, and then I'd run out the gym when I
If
saw
you're
her.
going to say it to the woman, you just say it to the guy too. I'd rather get my ass beat and have integrity about it. And be like, at least I know I'm not being selective like a pussy. I'll tell anybody.
It's whatever. I'd rather just, unless it came down to it where I had to fight for my life, this Mexican chick. Just bring a gun to the gym and just shoot her.
Your heart is weak.
While she's doing her fucking little butt raises or whatever the fuck that is. That was for the other day. She just doesn't speak English.
At all. Oh, the ice cream guy's coming by.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, we don't let them in here.
We don't let them in. We're gated. Are you gated?
This is a gated community. Fuck yeah, it's gated.
Is it really? Do you have a gate?
Yeah, and fucking Mark, the guy at the fucking gate, sits there and patrols it, and he's the nicest guy ever.
What are you paying a month?
For this one bedroom, it's about somewhere around 1,400 a month.
Oh, that's good. That's easily affordable.
Yeah, and we have like the patio and shit. That's nice, but having the fucking bed payment on top of it really sucks.
Yeah. Well, Jermaine's basically a doctor, so it's fine.
What?
Jane's basically a doctor, so it's fine.
I know you just said her name, you motherfucker.
Thanks, Alex.
Sorry. How did I compliment you just now and then I get in trouble?
She said thanks, so that could go either way. I can't wait.
Jane is basically a doctor, so it's fine.
Toesy wosies.
I'm not Quentin Tarantino. Put that shit down.
Come on, dude, give me a lick.
That's fucking gross.
Look at this shit between my toes.
That's what I'm saying. You're nasty. You got dirt on your toe. I can see you. Your feet look about as seasoned as a white person's chicken.
Hello, boys.
A little piece of pepper on there. You look like white people chicken feet.
Yeah, well, I actually cook really good, and I have a shit ton of different spices in the cabinet because I make. I tried to make chicken tikka masala, but healthy one time, so I bought like a shit ton of spices. So now it looks like I really know what I'm doing. And I just put cumin and everything because Cuban's the shit.
You're Cuban.
Wait,
Jane, you Cuban?
Barely. She claims Cuban, but she's like fucking 25% Cuban. She's mostly Nicaraguan. 50% Nicaraguan, and then like 25% white, which is gross. Fucking colonizer. Oh my god, dude, her heritage was just.
You're basically Bob Marley's dad. You're basically
What?
Bob Marley's dad.
Whose dad?
Bob Marley.
Yeah, dude.
Bob Marley's dad is white, and he was a colonizer, and he's always been ashamed of it his whole life.
He comes from a line of raped women.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then half third world country men.
It's not my fault they don't know what's going on. No, I love that Shane Gillis bit where he's talking about like the Civil War is basically the North shooting racism out of the South. It's like the North went down there like, South, cut it out. And they were like, no.
Yeah.
And they shot the hell out of him and they were like, all right, let him go. But we're not going to be nice to him for a while.
Yeah.
So I realized I'm good at football and then roll tide.
Well, did you see the Alabama? Well, I think it was implied.
I didn't see the movie that he talked about, but he mentioned it. He's like, then he realized it was 1972 or whatever. He's like, we've been to the moon before Alabama had black guys in their secondary.
No, dude, it's a sketch. He has a sketch about it, like the football players integrating black players. I'll send it to you. It's fucking hilarious.
St. Gillis is hilarious.
He's my favorite fucking just person in general.
Yeah, I went to the Nate Bargatze show last month.
My dad. Oh yeah, we talked about that. My dad's is
way too drunk, and I don't even remember it.
It's like that time I went to fucking go see Black Keys and Modest Mouse, and Modest Mouse was awesome. It was the second time I saw him.
Also,
Out raved at the girls' room and then blacked out during fucking Black Keys.
You also were way too drunk the first time we watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I remember Once Upon a Time. I would have to
The
explain.
next day, I watched it again.
No, I remembered it the first time.
Apparently not. You had to go rewatch it. You said.
Huh?
You
I
had to go
was going to rewatch it regardless. I remember from the first time because I remember leaving and me explaining the Sharon Tate murders to you because you didn't know what they were talking about.
That's true. That's true. I do remember that.
Yeah. I would never get to a point in a Quentin Tarantino movie to fucking a new Quentin Tarantino movie, which he's working on one right now.
I watched Hateful Eight or part of it, the first part. Then I started falling asleep because it was like at the end. But Molly and I are on the quest to watch all the Quentin Tarantino movies.
Dude, I'll tell you what, The Hateful Eight is best to watch on Netflix as the 4-part series because there's so much added.
That's what we were watching it on.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's why I fell asleep because it came on. It kept saying part 3, and that's when I wake up because it was restarting. But I made it through like most of the way through the first part. But it's long.
It is long. And it takes place in one room for the most part. And it's like a play, basically. I fucking love that movie. Oh, I might watch that shit tonight.
I like it a lot. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it from the beginning again. I'm gonna watch it. I was also a little drunk, but
dude, I hit my watch on a spout the other day, and it like there's a hole in it, and it.
Why do you not have an Apple Watch?
Huh? I like real watches.
No, my girlfriend made me get this, but it is fucking sweet.
I just threw away your fucking G-Shock.
The old one?
Yeah, the white one.
Yeah, that wasn't even mine.
Oh, really? It was in your
Yeah.
little thing that you left here. Your little.
Remember thumb butt?
That was hers?
She gave it to me. And I used it for spare parts for my other one.
If I knew that, I would have kept it.
Old thumb butt. One day, that'll be in the memoirs, that story.
Dude, fucking G-Shocks. Like, if you're not in the military, don't wear a
Got the
G-Shock.
shocker, kind of.
Shock my senses, sense of smell. Mostly.
So glad it wasn't like that when I did it.
Yeah, where me and Anthony are Eskimo brothers like 6 times over, which just sounds gross. Yeah. I think, are we just the one? Are we Eskimo brothers on just the one on Thumb Butt?
I'm sure I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff on public domain right now, but
Wait, you brought it up.
I think we're at least 2 or 3 times over. Me and Anthony are at least 2 or 3 times over.
But you and me, I think, are only Thumb Butt.
I think. You think?
I don't think there's another one. Yeah,
Might be it.
I think that's it. Oh.
You never got with
Nickname.
obviously nicknames. I'm just trying to think.
Jim Hoare, I squeezed her rock hard tit.
Oh yeah.
And then she got mad because I told you about it, and she never talked to me again.
It's funny because her and my new psychologist have the exact same name.
They're what?
Have the same name.
By the way, did she get those removed? Because I saw
They're gone.
that. I shouldn't be laughing because that could be a medical issue, but she wouldn't want this shit anyways. Nobody else knows.
Russell, the only time these are ever going to get watched is if something that you wrote gets published and we get picked up for some kind of weird TV sitcom, and then people want to hear backstories about us, and this is what's going to get us canceled.
Right, so that means I just need to keep writing, which it's just been busy.
That's a little about you, about if I don't get into law school, I'm going up to New York, I'm going to start with her, and I'm going to start trying to do stand-up comedy and going out for random auditions and stuff.
We can do stand-up comedy here at a good club.
Yeah, but there I'll have to focus about like school and stuff. But I'm saying if I'm not doing school, I'll go to bartending job and just start doing that as much as possible.
You went to school before. You just focused on Xbox, so it'd be fine.
I was depressed, man.
I was depressed too.
All right, and all you thought was bartending and smoking cigarettes.
Maybe if I would have raped you in the tub, things would have been like a little bit better.
What? If you try to rape me in the tub, that'd get turned around faster than a goddamn two-headed cowboy at a pussy convention.
In fact, you would have to rate me in the tub because I wrote about us.
Yeah, I would have to do that.
Well, there was that one time I told you there was that one ending where I wanted us to go to jail and then just like be in the same cell and then start like fucking each other in the cell, like taking turns to who's more dominant, so the other prisoners would stay away from us. That was always a good idea, but it didn't really weave into the narrative.
You know that show, I Think You Should Leave?
I love that fucking show.
I haven't watched it without you, but I keep seeing this guy pop up in memes. You sure about that? You sure about that?
You ever seen the one where he can't drive? Like he's
yeah. Like you don't know how to drive. He's like, no, I'm scared.
No, I don't.
I'm scared. I don't know what to do. He's like, what? Are you serious?
We just put it in reverse. He's like, I don't know what that is. Do I?
He's like, do you know how to drive? He's like, no. He's
the best one ever is the coffin flop, where it's like, we're just shooting funerals and showing the ones where the bodies fly out.
Oh, yeah. Falling out. He's like, some people say we're setting them up. Who cares? Or whatever the hell.
Not our fault that half of them are nude.
Yeah. I love the one where he's at the job interview and he's leaving and he's talking about he tries to push the pull door or whatever. He tries to pull the push door and he's like, no, you got to push it. He's like, no, I was here the other day. It goes both ways.
So have you not seen?
He breaks it as he's making eye contact.
Yeah, all the way back. Have you not seen season 2 then?
No.
Well, season 3 is coming, I think, soon. So you got to watch season 2. Like the one with the, it's a haunted house, but it's like at night, so it's the adult theme one. And so he's like, the guy's like, we can say whatever the hell we want, like basically like they can curse. He's like, come jizz. He just starts like saying, the guy's like,
not even necessarily cuss words, just vulgar things.
He's like, yeah, just like he's like,
not cuss words, but vulgar shit.
He's like, you said we can say whatever we want. He's like, you can. He's like, buckets of cum then. He's like, no, this is the line. He's like, do any one of these fuckers ever blast out of the wall and eat a big load of cum? He's just asking like stupid questions like that. I love the word blast, just like in Always Sunny. In the episode where they're doing the extreme home makeover to the Mexican family, and he's trying to get them to do crafts. And Danny DeVito hands her the scissors to cut it, and Dee's the only one that kind of speaks English, and he's like, cut it, and she doesn't know what he's talking about, and Dee goes, it's corta, and he goes, corta, and she grabs the scissors and stabs him in the fucking knee, and he just whips out his gun. He's like, I am gonna blast your face off. The word blast is so funny. Fuckers ever blast out of the wall.
Danny DeVito is perfect for the role of Frank and fucking It's Always Sunny. Remember the canned wine episode where he tries to get with somebody's ex something or his brother-in-law or sister-in-law or something?
Yes, dude.
Why don't we bang?
So you know how he like drinks the beer and then like gargles it up?
The cum meme?
Huh?
Cum meme.
Well, I haven't seen the cum meme, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Gargles the beer back up?
Yeah.
I was watching the podcast and they're talking about it. If you pay attention to him doing that, he drinks it, swallows it because he breathes right after he drinks it. He goes, and then he is basically barfing it back
up. I told you, I get that after I chug a beer. Back in the day, whenever I would chug a beer, it's called bubble beam. That's what I used to call it. Because after I chugged 1 or 2 beers in a row back at the bar when in our young 20s, the foam would start to come out of my throat. Like it would start to
swallow it, like you breathe.
Yeah,
that's what he does, dude.
And I can kind of push the bubble. I used to call it bubble beam. I was like a joke about
it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's just like the foam is so right. It just if you just open your throat up, it just starts coming out, and you can just kind of yeah.
Ugh, gross.
You have to drink a lot of beer really fast though, and it has to be beer that hasn't been like fucked with, so that way it still has all the carbonation. So. Yeah, I used to whenever I would chug. It would only happen when I would chug 2 beers back to back. 1 beer my stomach can handle, but 2 beers, the foam would start to like come up, and if all I had to do, like it wasn't like a throw up thing, but if I opened my throat, it would just start coming out. Otherwise, I would let it settle. If I was still a man, I would show you right now, but I don't feel like chugging these beers.
I know. Part of me wanted to be like, let's do a shotgun, but
nah, it's hard to shotgun.
Yeah. That's true. You don't have cans in there? You're strictly land shark, dude. You're just a fucking parrot head.
No,
now?
this is just the podcast thing. I figured this is like my new podcast thing. The or not the the amaretto and the beer.
Oh, dude, I had a thing that I was gonna do. Hey,
Jane.
Art.
Hey,
Hey,
butt slut.
hold on.
In what fucking world?
Do you remember that koozie that I said I wanted to hold on to? Do you know where that is? I can't say it. It's gonna ruin the joke.
Oh,
Do you know where that is? If you do, can you grab me the space dust with it, please?
okay, but I don't think it's gonna work for that can.
The space dust is a bottle.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Dude, this house is so much better. The neighborhood's so much better.
First of all, it's not a house.
It's an apartment. It's true. But it's a nice apartment. Jerry Seinfeld had an apartment, and he's fucking
Yeah, he's in New York City, not Tampa Bay, Florida.
There's 7,000 tenants. All right, perfect. I've already ruined the joke by being so excited about it, but let me just show this real quick. This is now about to be hitting a not counting calories anymore. If my keys are right there.
Sorry to get drunk now. I always forget. I'm on my third beer, but I'm putting like 2 shots in each beer.
Well, these are only 4.7. This is an 8.2 here.
8.2? Sounds like my dick. Just
8.2.
kidding.
Bro, you couldn't drink an 8.2 fucking beer to save your life.
I mean, I could. I just wouldn't like it at all.
Someone's not wearing it, bro.
You're right. I'm not.
And killer tits.
Thanks, bro.
We have a new sponsor.
No. I'm down.
Did you see the Miller Lite commercial?
You know the only thing that bothers me is the only thing that bothered me about the whole thing is like, why are you going to do that to somebody who hasn't even cut their dick off yet? Cut your dick off. Prove you're about that life.
He's only been a girl for a year.
Not a girl yet. Cut your dick off. They know.
You know what I mean? Like he's only identified as a girl for a year.
Yeah, cut your dick off. Then I'll believe you. Like Caitlyn Jenner, I support that bitch all the way.
But you know what's funny?
I love Caitlyn Jenner now. She's fucking hilarious. She does the back off the tee challenge of videos or whatever. And some guy came up to her and was like, hey, Caitlyn, so do you miss just being able to just whip your dick out and pee on the fairway?
What'd she say?
I forget, but she turned around and said something slick, but she fired right back at him, but it was funny.
But you know what's funny? My mom, I guess, has like some calendar or something. And she posted this the other day. Not to throw my mom under the bus, but this was funny. And clearly my mom didn't know, but she posted the picture of the day of the calendar, and it's a quote, and it says, "This world would be a whole lot better if we just made an effort to be less horrible to one another." Quoted by Elliot Page. Do you know who Elliot Page is?
Yeah, the transgender from Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, and Juno, who like had her tits cut off and like always takes pictures of her chest. And so I took a picture of it, sent it to my mom, and then like texted her. I was like, just so you know, she's talking about accepting her being trans, not freeing the slaves in the Congo who mine the cobalt for our cell phones. And my mom goes, "Oh, I had no clue. How did you know that? I was just thinking in general." And I was like, Elliot Page is the actress who used to be Ellen Page and takes pictures of her chest all the time because she got her tits cut off. And mom was like, "Oh my God, I'm deleting it."
Like I said, if she gets a dick, boom.
She's a lesbian, or I guess she's straight now. Like what?
It's confusing nonetheless.
But why are you mutilating yourself? Like Jesus.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: because there's a lot of cases of people transitioning back because it is a mental dysfunction at the very least. If you don't want to acknowledge that it's a mental disability, you don't have to, but it's definitely a mental dysfunction because it's something.
I think it's even less of a mental dysfunction because it's so accepted that it's just now a trend, that they've made it worse. They made it worse to be like, this is cool to do.
You can have mental disability, or you can have a mental dysfunction without having a mental disability, but you can't have a mental disability without having mental dysfunction. In order for it to be classified as a disability, you have to have at least 3 or 5 mental dysfunctions, and the first 2 of them have to affect your day-to-day life. Now, mental dysfunctions are little things. We all have those. It's just abnormal things that we do. Being transgender, no matter what, is abnormal just based off statistics. Statistics of the human population is just abnormal.
But also, you can be that way. That's fine. I don't care. But for society to deem certain things like acceptable and unacceptable is fucking just like you have to conform to the way they believe.
I think the Bud Light sales prove that the media completely.
Well, did you see Miller Lite?
The majority of the population is not okay with a lot of the bringing it into schools because that steps out of the government role. The government role is not to educate your kids on any of that stuff. Your government role, it's the government. The government's not supposed to raise your kids. So they should not be putting that in schools. Huh?
See the Miller Lite one?
No.
See, the Miller Lite one was
Sure, was it Ewing?
The chick from it was a show on Comedy Central. It was like Broad's World or something.
Oh yeah, I did see that one.
Where she was like, "Oh, Miller Lite used to have all these. They would sell all these pictures of like hot women selling the Miller Lite, and they're like, oh, send it here, and we'll." They're talking about taking all those pictures back and like shredding them, and if you have it, send it to them, and they'll shred it for you. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, it's fucking advertising. You know your target market. Most people who drink beer are fucking guys, and they're guys who like to fuck around.
But Rogan brought up the fact that like the problem is that they're like these people are coming out of college, which is fucking all colleges are basically woke now, and they're like, oh, we need a diversity hire, so they hire a woman, and the woman's all woke from college with this fucking marketing degree. It comes in, it's like we need to reach out to this audience, and then they just tank the fucking thing. That's like the bitch that got fired for Bud Light. Hey, can we take a piss and a smoke break real quick? Because I gotta pee.
Yeah, I'm already, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pause it.
All right, pause it.
All right.
It's in progress.
We were using our old coffee table for the TV station.
Your couch looks like your couch when you're gone looked like a porn casting couch.
It's a futon, and we're waiting to get another couch. We're just trying to see how the bills line up this month. Probably in July we'll get this couch we're gonna get from IKEA. Dude, IKEA is such a pain in the ass. I made this fucking TV stand, and dude, nothing's flush. There's no words. Like they don't put words in the fucking instructions, and it's such a pain in the ass to put together. But the couches are like, I think they come put together, and you just like Velcro whatever fabric on it. Oh, but we're gonna get that. But anyways, I bought a coffee table. Like,
before you say the next thing, why don't you take your shirt off and let me see what you got?
What?
So before you keep going, why don't you take your shirt off and let me see what you got?
Am I getting a job?
I mean, it depends. I mean, there's a lot of stipulations here.
It'd be awesome if our podcast was me just stripping down naked and start jerking off in front of the camera.
I think we'd have less than the one viewer we might have.
We'd probably get taken off YouTube. We could put it on Pornhub. There's people who put their podcasts on Pornhub.
I know. I've seen them.
I jerked off to one.
It was a regular podcast.
It was a guy who was like interviewing this one guy who like he fucks girls in Teslas. So they put it on autopilot and he like fucks them. Have you seen that? And
I haven't seen that, but I did see a story about somebody posting something like that, and then Elon Musk responding like, "Well, not what we intended for, but just shows that the basically said, but just to show that the possibilities are endless."
Yeah, that's funny. But this guy's kind of actually famous, but he was on this like Pornhub podcast, and the guy like the girl and him just like met on the couch, and the guy was like asking questions like, are they attracted to each other? And then that's half the video is the podcast, and then he starts like fucking in the Tesla. It's like, this is pretty fucking hot, dude. Anyway, I took the coffee table that I bought like a year and a half ago, and I made like a shrine for Elvis, and I'm gonna put that picture that Anthony's gonna buy me on there. We have a shrine for Elvis.
Shrine?
Yeah. That in the corner to the left of the
it's very dark, but I can kind of see the small table, I guess.
It's a coffee table, and then he has his food bowl next to it. And then like I've got his like footprint. I got the pillow that he died on. I got his favorite toys up there. Her dog, one of her dogs that died last year is on there, and then I have his like papers, and he has like the most fucking redneck parents' names. It's like Zorro, son of Sam, and
how's that redneck? That sounds
It's from
So-
Kansas. Well, Son of Sam, I think that was his sire, but Son of Sam was the David Berkowitz, the shooter that was like went postal, and it's in Seinfeld. And Newman took over his route and got his mailbag.
It's like, what? Why do they call it going postal? It's like, because it never ends. It never ends.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, what do you do for a living, Newman? And he's like, I'm a United States postal worker. And George is like, aren't those the guys that go in and shoot everybody up? And he's like, sometimes.
It's like, why did the mailman go so crazy? Because the mail never ends.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's like,
Why? They didn't give me my transfer. Why? Because they said too much mail got delivered today. They knew it wasn't me on my route. Too much mail got delivered.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking Seinfeld's the shit. I was fucking watch that shit one. It's like my go-to. Like when I'm eating something, I want something familiar on. So like I put like American Dad or Always Sunny or
I
Seinfeld.
can't get Molly into American Dad. She's in a Family Guy, but I'm slowly trying to introduce her to how awesome Roger is.
You don't need to slowly do that. You get like 3 episodes, and you can.
Well, there's a couple episodes she does like the one where Klaus is always talking about her boys in Tampa. His boys in Tampa,
Yeah.
or whatever. He's like, you don't have boys in Tampa. And she shows up, and then Roger's like, the torn poster, the squeaky lamp, it's all, or the squeaky fan, it's all here. It's like, you were lying.
He's like, one time my mom had cancer, and Klaus made. I forget what it is. It's like Klaus took me to a Foo Fighters concert. Everything he did was like a Foo Fighters concert. By the way, those like they like tour worldwide, so those shit would be expensive as fuck.
I wouldn't buy it. So.
Foo Fighters are the shit.
I wouldn't go if somebody gave me a free ticket.
You didn't even know who the Foo Fighters are, you fucking
That's
dickhead.
my point exactly.
He was Dave Grohl. He was the drummer for Nirvana, and then the Tenacious D movie. He plays the devil, and he's the lead singer of fucking.
Can you tell me in Tenacious D that wasn't the real devil?
No, dude, it was Dave Grohl.
Was he related to Steve Kroll?
Steve Kroll? I don't know who Steve Kroll is, but probably. I mean, that's not even his last name, but I bet they're related. I'm just assuming. Should I be faggot?
The guy with the Kroll show. The guy with the Kroll show.
Faggot ass Broncos. Oh, Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll.
But it's not Kroll, it's Grohl. Grohl.
It's too much tuna.
Honestly, I thought that was overrated. But did you see John Mulaney's new special about his like cocaine addiction?
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. It's the best ever because now he's like outed because he had like an intervention and everything from his like coke and pills and alcohol abuse.
I love his bit
about that, huh?
I love his bit about Bill Clinton and his mom and dad.
But bro, he's not like safe anymore. He's not like super clean anymore because he got media attention for going to getting like an intervention for cocaine shit. It's all about cocaine. It's called Baby J on Netflix, dude. It's so good. You have to watch it. It's his best special by far. It's on Netflix. Yeah, it came on Netflix like last month. It's so fucking funny.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
It's in your urine. Oh, okay. So last Sunday.
I think the last time I did it, we were at the casino. Not even the last time we were at the casino, the time before that. We were eating it. I'm not going to say who with, but one of our best friends. And we were eating it because it was weird to just be sitting in the bathroom to like just go. Even
I know what you're talking about now, for sure.
Yeah, but don't say it because that's not cool. But yeah, I got some because he wanted some, and it was his girlfriend's birthday. We were trying to do it on the low because she didn't want him to do it. And, he was so drunk when we were there. We were there with his other best friend. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, and he we kept just going to the bathroom, and he would just be like waiting outside for it. He obviously knew what was going on, but eating cocaine, it's not that bad. It's because I did so much Molly when I was in college, and Molly is such a bad drip, but eating cocaine is fine. It's like the Archer, where Pam's eating the cocaine like nonstop. We were both Pam that night. We ate a bunch of cocaine, and he gave me the
Outlaw Country. That was Cheryl, but still.
yeah. And
the same
The best of that season though is when it's in the morning when they're
Yeah, this is magic hour. I was thinking the same thing. The
magic
golden
hour, and he's
the
blowing.
the
He's like,
golden
I am blowing this jug.
hour. Yeah, the golden hour.
It's not even like
I
making
think
a
it's only for
joke.
film. He's like,
Yeah, that
like
should.
5:30 in the morning or whatever it is.
We're wasting magic hour. Magic hour.
I think it's gold. I think it's golden hour because of the lighting or something like that. It's called golden
Oh
hour.
yeah, whatever it is.
You should know that. You're into film.
I'm into the writing of it. I was in college, but because I was studying that, but I haven't even thought about it much. I can see what's good. Like speaking of Barry, that show I just saw the finale. The finale wasn't as bad as everyone
Is
makes.
it?
The first three seasons are amazing.
What?
Barry on HBO. It's a fucking hilarious show. The fourth season has some episodes that just aren't funny at all, and but it's not trying to be funny. It just kind of went annoying for a few episodes, but the first three seasons are great, and there's some episodes this season that are fucking great. It just ended. It's the end of the season or the end of the series. 4 seasons long. It's with Bill Hader.
I like Bill Hader.
You know Bill Hader, right? Yeah.
He's in It, and he's also in Brooklyn Nine-Nine as Captain Doja.
Oh, dude, you know what show you have to watch? Angie Tribeca on Hulu. It's the girl, you know Rashida Jones? She was in.
Yeah, I know Ann.
So
I
it's.
know.
He's such a loser.
She's
It's.
Ann from Parks and Recs, and she's fuck. What's her name in The Office? How do I not remember this?
I don't remember her name in the
Stop,
office.
stop. Give me a second. Give me a second.
I never saw her in the office. I only saw her in Parks and
Oh,
Rec.
she dated Jim before Pam. Fuck.
She
Why
did
can't
a
I?
total smoke show too. She dated Andy first too.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She was originally with Andy.
Oh, she wasn't.
Yes, she
That
was.
never happened. No, Andy has a whole thing because he's delusional about the
How
relationship.
much do you want to bet that Ann and Andy in the first fucking few seasons of Parks and Rec were together? How much do you want to bet?
Andy, yes, Andy, yes, yeah. No, I'm sorry, I thought you meant Andy from The Office,
Oh no, Andy from Parks and Rec.
which is the Nard dog, Andy
My
Bernard.
bad. I didn't,
Sorry, wrong Andy.
yeah, my bad. I know what you're talking about now. I didn't watch The Office that much, but that's Ed Helms, right? Is Andy in The
Yeah.
Office? Yeah. So yeah, my bad. No, in Parks and Rec, she dated Andy first for like the first couple seasons.
Karen, her name is Karen in The Office. Karen.
Anyways, dude, it's like it. You know, you saw the movie. Did we watch Airplane?
No, but it's classic, and I have seen it, but it's been so long I can't remember anything.
That kind of humor, almost like scary movie humor, but like
Yeah.
it's a show on Hulu, and it's fucking. I'm telling you, it's so fucking funny, and it's like the theme song is just some guy like screaming. It's Steve Carell produced it and wrote it and directed a few episodes. It was his like creation, and like the episode is just some guy like screaming like the whole thing in every episode. It's just a guy being like he's just screaming for some reason every episode. But like I'll just give you like an idea of there's this one part at like the end of an episode where they get on an elevator and then another cop's like waiting because they're detectives and shit, and the elevator just drops all the way down. They're in a police station, and the cop runs away. He's like, "Someone call 911!" Dude, it's such a fun. It's like nonstop, just retarded, funny shit. It's like airplane, scary movie, all that shit.
Yeah, but good though, right?
It's
Not like
so good. It's
not like Scary Movie 4.
and I bet it would still be going if people knew about it because I heard about it because I was listening to old episodes of Joe Rogan where like Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura were doing their weight loss challenge or whatever, and Bert brought it up, and this was like a fucking 5-6 year old podcast, and I looked it up, dude. It could not be like funnier. Like everything is so stupid, and it's a laugh of a fucking second kind of show where it's like literal comedy where.
It's like a less watered down Family Guy because Family Guy has that same kind of model where
It's live action.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like not watered down. It's like in action. It's like more original.
Well, one of the most popular jokes from Airplane is the doctor and it's Leslie Nielsen, his type of comedy where he's like,
Yeah, he's in Scary Movie 2 or 3 or whatever. 3.
in 3, yeah, and he's like he says whatever, and they're like, surely you can't be serious. He's like, I am serious, and stop calling me Shirley. That kind of shit. Like it's that kind of humor, just not. It's so fucking funny. Angie Tribeca. I'm telling you, watch it. You'll love it.
Okay, check it out. You know you're gonna have to remind me though, because I always forget.
Yeah, but the thing is not you're not going to text me to remind you. I'm going to have to remember to remind you. It's just so you'll like see it.
Think about it, be like, hey, watch this.
Weeks straight. But I thought because it was the girl that is in the show that you fucking two shows you love so much that you would be more inclined to watch it.
Probably.
Dude,
But also, I was thinking, what are you looking at your watch for?
I started telling you about my watch. I hit it on a spout and it like a hole went into it. And so I had to get the glass out of there because it would stop the second hand, so the watch just like stopped working. And so I got the fucking glass out of there with like a fucking paperclip and tweezers. But now I keep forgetting not to take a shower with it because there's a hole in it. So now it's just like beaded up fucking water and I can like barely see it.
Why don't you just take it to a fucking jewelry store and have them replace the fucking face of it? Not even the face, just the glass.
I've had this watch for 15 years. My dad gave it to me 15 years ago, and it's still. But my dad told me not to do it. He's sending me a new watch. I'm getting it Thursday. He sent me one of his other watches that's like pretty similar, but I don't think he knows I fixed it. But I didn't want to say that in case he didn't send me the
You
watch.
didn't fix it. You took the glass.
No, it is no. I fixed the time. So the time works. I need to stop taking a shower with it so I can see it. The water was almost gone. And then I took a shower again today with it after the gym, and it fucking fogged up again.
Not only that, we're in Florida, so if you walk in any kind of really humid air, it's going to happen again in the humid air if it's really humid. I'm going to pee right over here. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm just gonna pause it. Pretty funny. We just missed it. I think I have everything. Extra chicken, guacamole, brown rice, black beans. Yeah, because chicken has more protein. Fresh tomato salsa, green salsa, sour cream. I just started going to the gym again, bitch. I've been working out at home for fucking.
I don't know what else to tell you about carbs and the power carbs have when it comes to fucking getting strong, bro.
I eat rice and beans every day, dude. I eat carbs. I eat protein, carbs, and I eat fats, dog. You can
Fair
do
enough.
it.
One of my barbacks at my job is fucking like super into the gym now because he's like 22 with a girl for like 4 years. They had a place together. She cheated on him, left him. So he's super into the gym. And every time I come to work, he's like, "Yeah, fuck, bro." He lifts like he could probably bench maybe 200 pounds, maybe. He's like 6'2", and he's like, I don't know. He just always, I'm like, he always tries to tell me about what he's doing. Like, I'm doing this, bro. You should be doing this. I'm like, Matt, I'm not gonna take any advice from anybody that I lift more weight than.
I mean, it tastes best since I'm queer, bait. I'm gonna try to go out here. Hoping none of my neighbors are out.
My neighbors are out. This guy came back and tried to resell me stuff. That kid.
Yeah, but you're further away. We're all on top of each other.
Super hot game.
What more?
That's like the good kind of game.
15 to 30 minutes? Wow, we're gonna be wrapping this shit up soon.
Why?
Food's
What?
fine.
What is?
Food?
Fuck your food, pussy.
High fiber.
Oh, I usually wake up my stomach hurting a lot. I bought these gummies. These gummies at Sam's Club. Sorry. For like fiber. Every night I get way too stoned and I eat way too much food. I just eat like you're supposed to eat like 2 of them, but I know better than the bottle. So I eat like 8 of them. You're supposed to eat like 2. I eat like 8 of them, right? And the next day my stomach doesn't hurt. I'm a little more gassy. Shit a little bit more. But my stomach don't hurt.
What is the brand name? Because I can't think of what it is.
They're just these gummies. They're like Sam's Club brand gummies. They're like Fiberwell gummies. It's called Fiberwell or something like that.
I keep wanting to say Mucinex. That's not it. But you know what I'm talking about, though. Like the real brand. If my fucking AC turns on, I'm going to have to go back inside because there's no way you're going to be able to hear me. I can hear their fucking AC.
Well, I can't hear it, so you're good so far.
Metamucil.
No, it's not that. It's a fiber thing.
No, you have the generic
the
brand.
fiber
That's
powder.
the main brand, the Coca-Cola of fiber supplements is Metamucil. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the clear stuff you put in your drink and make your water doesn't change color, whatever, but it gives you fiber.
Yeah, but I try to get it naturally from eat like avocado, banana, fucking. I eat a high fiber
tortilla, so that's not natural. But then I get like black beans, and I do white rice still, which doesn't have fiber, but
Yeah, but
so
I eat
much.
whatever I want. So whenever I eat whatever I want, I just gotta eat those gummies sometimes.
We're not all that lucky, are we? Metamucil. I'm
You're
built
right.
for I'm built for survival, dude. All right. So if we were fucking cavemen, I would survive longer than most people. All right. I eat a blueberry and I'm fat for fucking 6 months. Right. I'm short, so I live long. But these people that have like high metabolisms, like Nick, he has to eat so much and he stays skinny. He would be dead in a week unless he's
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
because
would,
of society,
I would have to not eat for 6 months to look like Nick.
yeah. The Holocaust victim, survivally, and on a survival sense, I have a better body type, but societal sense, I have a worse body type. It's weird how it flips.
It just depends on how happy you are. I'm happy being a little chunky fuck. I'm all right.
Well, I mean, I got extra weight, but I've also put on because I've been consistent with my workouts for like a year and a half. I realized that's just what you need is consistency. And now I'm going to the gym again, and that's going to give me a little boost. Give me a little boost in muscle because I'm lifting heavy.
Oh, I'm still burning on Carolina Reaper sauce. I know you missed.
I got a hemorrhoid right now, so I probably couldn't fucking eat it.
That's another thing. I was talking. I forget who I was asking the other night. I was like, "Have you ever had a hemorrhoid?" I was like, "Russell's gets them sometimes. Chris gets them." And I was like, "I've never fucking had one. I have no idea."
It's
No,
just,
I know a lot of people that get them. I'm like, I'm surprised that I don't I've never had one. I don't even know what it would feel like. I don't even know what it is.
If I use regular toilet paper, I get them. I got to use the wipes. My ass.
Really? Is that what it is?
I got
yours
in on my bum. Huh?
So yours are external, right? There's internal and external.
Mine don't go outside, unless they're really big. They don't go outside of my butthole.
Yeah, outside of the butthole.
But when you do have one, like and you're pooping, it like gets in the way, and so all your turds have like this like line through it. It's pretty funny. It's just blocked.
It's called a trail, snail trail.
Yeah, pretty much. Got out. None of my neighbors are out. They're hearing me talk.
Oh, one's sitting there behind the wall right over there, just thinking like this fucking guy.
Maybe. I haven't really met any of them yet, so it's fine. They'll just think of me as this from now on.
Maybe this will spark a new conversation. Like tomorrow morning, you'll go out to get your mail and he'll be like, "So I heard you talking about hemorrhoids.
On my butthole.
I heard you talking about your butthole, and I have advice."
Yeah, preparation H. My girlfriend
No,
asked me.
no. He's gonna come up with some new age holistic shit like sandpaper and saline drip.
My girlfriend asked me if I wanted preparation H, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna take the pain like a man.
That's what the guys say in prison too.
That's right, dude. I would give it up. I would just walk around with my butthole open and be like, who wants some?
I definitely have AIDS by now.
I'm looking for a daddy. Looking for a daddy.
That would be my goal. If I was in prison and everybody in there was just way bigger than me, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get AIDS as fast as possible, let it known, and then just ask anybody who ever wants to. Go ahead.
No, there's an AIDS vaccine now.
Is there now?
Yeah, you can get AIDS vaccine so you won't get it. I don't remember what it's called. But
well, I'm already immune because you can't get it twice, right?
Yeah.
So I'm already immune. Because immunity means you can't get it.
You can spread it. Yeehaw. Fuck, where's my there it is. Oh.
I don't have AIDS, but I got AIDS. It's different.
Oh, I guess we're wrong. Sun's going down. I gotta get some lighting up in here. Holy shit, I'm drunk. I've only had a protein shake after the gym, and I'm just waiting on this goddamn food.
Bro, you don't go to the gym. You're a liar.
Yeah, dude, I'm day 2, actually.
Keep going.
Day 2, I saw a fucking Downy that was ripped as fuck.
Where are you going to the gym? What gym?
Crunch is the best. Crunch. If we knew about Crunch, we would not have been going to Planet Fitness.
We knew about Crunch. We saw Crunch. It was right down the road, right off Fowler.
It was not. It's on Bruce B. Downs, and it's
That's
like
what.
it's like 20.
No. There was one by our house down on the way down. Two
No, I know
Fowler.
what you're talking about. That's not a crunch. It's something else, and it's
Orange Theory. It was Orange Theory.
there is an Orange Theory on Fowler, but
That's what I'm thinking of then.
yeah, on our street, it was called something else, and it's like expensive and stupid. But the crunch by me at our new place is like not even 10 minutes away, so it's fucking ideal.
Yeah, but don't you pay like $100 a month for it?
No, dude, it's like for the platinum, it's like $26 a month, and you get all the shit. I don't need a tanning bed anymore, but I used to tan bed. And,
Yeah, I know. That's weird. You weirdo.
Oh, I have psoriasis. I gotta get rid of them somehow.
Psoriasis of the liver.
Huh? Cirrhosis. Yeah, no,
I
psoriasis is skin.
yes, I understand the joke I was trying to make, Russell. If that's what you're getting at.
I didn't think you understood your own joke. 'Cause
Psoriasis and
you
cirrhosis.
just talking.
God, you're just like everybody else in my life. You just don't get my jokes because you think I'm that stupid. Like, dude, do you really think I'm that stupid? Not you, but like it's happened recently. I'm like, I'll say something like,
No, I think you're pretty
I'll be
fucking
like,
stupid.
irregardless. Like when people say regardless, I always call it like irregardless.
Oh, you know what my mom just texted me? She texted me that she saw you on some golf tournament coming up, and I was
Oh,
like,
no, yeah, we won.
"Oh, you already played it?"
Yeah, my name's on the board because we won.
Oh, she made it seem like it was one coming up. Maybe she misunderstood, but
No, it's just still on the board. I was there the other day. My name's still on the board. It was like a month ago.
I was like, Alex is actually pretty good at golf now.
No, my team, we got first or second in the second flight. I actually won money. So,
which sucks because when you started getting me into it, you were like as bad as me, and now you're like fucking really good at it.
I'm
I
not
was
really good. I golfed yesterday. I hadn't golfed in like a month because I've been helping Molly with her project. And I didn't golf terribly. I golfed very well, but I broke my driver. I was golfing really well until the sixth hole. I broke my driver head off.
What are you What is the project? Because you said you were going to interview people at like UCF and shit.
No, not UCF, but just over in Orlando.
Oh, can't say.
Basically, we volunteer with this organization. It's Bikers Against Human Trafficking. And her master's in human rights, but she's minored in film. So she does like film stuff. So for her capstone for her master's, she's doing a documentary on bikers against human trafficking. So we go and interview people and hear stories, and it's pretty insane, dude. And we go to the chapter meetings, we go to events, we still volunteer with them.
Do they contact you? How do you get these people to talk about human trafficking?
Well, first of all, we're at every chapter meeting and we go to events. That's why most of my free time spent. We've been driving over there a couple times a week.
Human trafficking events.
No, not human trafficking events, but biker events because they spread awareness.
You go to human trafficking auctions.
Basically slave trade. No, but honestly, we go to like Leesburg Bike Fest, Burning Bike, like just biker stuff. And they basically just hand out information. And what they really do is when they get contacted about these things or they find people that are being trafficked, they have safe houses set up across the country or across the eastern part of the country. And they basically take children and adults, depending on the situation, and they remove them from their traffickers and they put them in these, and they get government grants and things like that. And they're set under rules, especially giving them like a parenting thing for kids who are being sexually trafficked. I met this kid who's like 22 now, and he's actually helping them now. And we interviewed him, and he's fucking branded. He's got 2 different brands, like burn brands from his traffickers, and it was his family. Like he would go to church in a suit and shit. Like it's kind of nuts, and like nobody would know that he was being sexually trafficked.
Well, I just watched the movie Prisoners, which is a fucking fantastic movie. That's fucking great. But something I meant to bring up earlier when we were talking, and you just reminded me that I was saying that my girlfriend's like mostly Nicaraguan, which the main like import and export that helps their GDP is sex trafficking. I don't know if that's true.
For of Americans though is ridiculously high, and you don't even know it.
Well, dude, so that's the crazy thing is like I told you about this, the people that wanted me to go to Costa Rica and bought me a passport and everything.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, our wedding's going to be here. And then it'd be like pushed back. They never got, it was weird because it's like, they're
trying to
usually you're planning a year out at least on a wedding. And they were always like a couple months behind. And then I haven't seen them in a while, but like I'm pretty sure that I was gonna either get like sex trafficked or like slave trafficked or something like that because it seemed so crazy. So then I just had this like vision of me getting taken down there and then like waking up in like a basement and then
Pushing a kidney and shit.
me just killing all the cartel, the Costa Rican cartel, and then
Oh, I heard a good joke recently.
coming back to them to their nice house and just killing them and their son.
Like Liam Neeson and Taken.
Yeah, basically. But
But along those lines, this reminded me of a joke, and you'll understand by the end. So little Billy, little Sally, little Johnny are in class, and the teacher says, "All right, I want to know what you guys have all learned from your parents this week. What have you learned from your family?" They live in a rural area, right? So little Sally comes up and she goes, "Man, I was out there watching my dad clear out the chicken coops, and he got all these eggs in his basket right here, and it was so full he tripped, he dropped a couple." I said, "What'd you learn from that, little Sally?" She goes, "Not to carry all your eggs in one basket." I said, "All right, very well." Next, little Billy's like, "What'd you learn from your parents?" Like, "My dad was out there milking the cow, and he milked that cow so good, bucket was top full of milk. Trip spilled a little." Like, "What'd you learn from that?" It's like, "Don't cry over spilt milk." Then I got to little Johnny. Little Johnny's like, "Well, my dad was in fucking Vietnam in a foxhole. All his brothers got fucking murdered. He's by himself with nothing but a bowie knife and a fifth of whiskey. He's got 12 gooks coming at him." So he had a decision to make. So he chugged the fifth of whiskey, hopped out of that foxhole, killed all 12 of them gooks. I was like, "All right, what'd you learn from that, Johnny?" He's like, "Not to fuck with my dad after he's been drinking." Right, that's pretty good, right?
It's funny. I might have stopped listening like halfway through, but the ending was funny.
He's not to fuck with my dad after he's been drinking.
I just remembered something when you said all that. And do you know where the term "the whole 9 yards" comes from? I feel like
Yeah, the planes. It was the belt of ammunition was 9 yards long. So when they were
Yes.
going to get in dogfights, they'd say, "Give them the whole 9 yards."
Yeah, I figured you would know that because it's not a commonly known thing, but I just found it out recently. I'm like, I bet Alex knows that.
Yeah,
It was
it's the standard belt length of ammunition they use in those planes.
Yeah. I think what I saw, I don't think if I'm remembering correctly, I don't remember it being planes, but I remember it being like I think what are those called? The anti-aerial guns?
They're anti-aerial ground something.
Something like that, yeah. The guns that shoot the planes. If maybe I don't remember, but
well, there's a movie called The Whole 9 Yards, and it's about dogfights. The plane fights, not Michael Vick's.
There's a movie called that.
Yeah, The Whole 9 Yards. Look it up.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt or somebody.
There's a movie called The Whole 9 Yards with fucking Bruce Willis and Chandler from Friends, and it's about like a mafia guy and Chandler.
Well, there's another one from back in maybe the 90s or 80s that's about like the planes.
Well, no, this one was also 99. It's actually a good movie. You see what's her name's tits in it. I can't remember her name.
Margot Robbie. No, I'm sorry, that's Suicide Squad.
She doesn't show her tits in Suicide Squad. She shows her tits in Wolf of Wall Street.
And what?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, that too. But she also did it. Oh, she might not. It might not have been in the movie per se, but there's a scene in. I saw somebody talking behind the scenes because there's a scene in Suicide Squad where she takes her top off. I don't know if they show it in the movie, but she did in real life because she took her. So everybody on set saw her tits.
Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. I wish I was there. James Gunn doesn't. Sex scenes makes James Gunn uncomfortable, so he didn't. Well, which Suicide Squad? The first one or the second one?
First one. Maybe the second. Actually, no, I can't even say for sure. It might be the second one.
Because the second one was rated R, the first one was PG-13, the first one sucked, the second one was awesome.
Well, like I said, they didn't show it in the movie, I don't think.
Did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
No, but I'm going to tonight. Probably.
Oh, sad. Oh, you're going tonight? It's so sad.
I'm gonna go on my website that I know.
Oh, you're gay. I cried a lot.
God damn it! Don't fucking tell me that, you stupid faggot bitch.
I'm telling you, I'll cry.
You know I love that series. I'm gonna cry more than you ever did.
James Gunn loves killing animals. That's as much as I'll say.
Who does?
James Gunn, the director. He did Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
He killed Rocket. I will fucking murder him.
I'm not gonna say anything, but it's fucking so sad.
I will break his fucking neck.
Just watch it.
I'll watch it.
He doesn't kill Rocket, but it has to do with.
Pause really quick. I gotta pee.
All right.
Hold that thought. I'll be right back. I'm going right here, right over here to pee.
Grab another beer. Let me pause it. I'm gonna pause it because I'm just gonna.
I don't know if the back of that bush is dead because of lack of sunlight or because I always pee there when I'm drunk. Because the other bush, there's two little bushes right here, both sides of the garage. This one's completely full in the backside. The other one's not, and that's where I always pee.
It might be. Is the other one alive on the other side?
They're both alive, but the back end of the one I always pee on is like clearly balding.
Well, see, the difference is they probably get the same sunlight if they're facing the same way, and
Yeah, but one's on the edge where there's nothing. Like there's nothing over on this side.
It's
like
almost certainly the acidity of your piss nonstop hitting it.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the piss. I pee on the house, but it's definitely drinking it.
Yeah, it goes down the fucking wall.
What's his face's ex-girlfriend?
Is it
Who
Boone?
loves you, you don't know?
Or it's like the next couple exits on the other.
Yeah, it's not that close. Yeah, dude, one of my favorite things to Uber Eats is Popeyes, and it's not even like close. We probably don't have that much longer. Yeah, it's recording.
So just tell me you don't want to be my friend anymore, bro. You can stop it. It's fine.
Bro, this is the longest one we've done, you fucking piece of shit. I wish it would show how long it is, but it's probably like 2 hours long at this point.
Well, I still want to hang out with you even after we're not recording. I'm bored.
Well, I gotta eat and then I'll call you. Well, the thing about us calling
I've
each other,
seen you do disgusting things with food, so don't act like you can fucking not eat in front of me. I've watched you deep throat a taco at a very low stake situation. It was very low stakes.
High stakes because I fucking annihilated you on the last taco, and it's the funniest thing ever.
Bro.
I literally have it as one of my TikToks. Your face, because you pick up the taco and you have no idea that I'm on my last taco, and I'm just nailing it. I'm sucking it so hard. I'm just deep throating the fuck out of it, and you're fucking saying like that's gross, and you're putting like the hot sauce on yours that was supposed to be on the last one.
I remember that scene. I remember.
And you bitched out and didn't eat the last taco, and that was part of the fucking thing is that you were gonna eat the fucking taco with the hot sauce on it. And you're like, well, I'm not doing it then because I won. I fucking won, and I nutted in your face, dude. Nutted.
My face on my back.
That's true. It was on your back, but I did wipe it off with my finger and then fish hook you, so you had it in your mouth. If we're remembering correctly.
You know what, Russell? I think that you have a lot of mental issues you need to work through at this point.
You're going to see a therapist, not me, bitch.
Yeah, you need a therapist.
I had a therapist during drug court, and it's actually very beneficial. I actually
there's a difference.
Most people won't listen to you. Huh?
It's the difference between going to therapy because you have to and going to therapy because you want to.
Well, here's the real difference is that most people aren't just going to listen to you and like try to understand you, and that's the real benefit of therapy. And I would do it right now if I could afford it. I tell people stories for so long sometimes that they're just like I'm not listening shit about, especially if it's like my books or anything. Nobody really wants to listen. But if you sit there with a therapist, they're paid to listen, and it's very beneficial. Whether I don't know if someone actually absolutely needs it, or at least not like the Irish people, which is a
what is it that Theo Vaughn? He's really Irish. It's like the Cajun thing, but he was like he's super Irish. Ain't nobody that Irish. You ever see that Theo Vaughn thing?
No, but I'm actually not even that Irish. I'm mostly English.
No, but Theo Vaughn, you know how we call him Cajun?
Well, Cajun is French.
Yes, but you know what I mean, or frittata. You know what I mean. We have these words.
I don't retard.
Yes. So Theo Vaughn was in a podcast, said something about like this guy looks kind of. It's like no, he's just Irish. He's like I know. Somebody told Theo was like that guy's retarded. He's like no, he's just Irish. He's like bro, ain't nobody that Irish, bro. It's pretty. If you look it up right now, Theo Vaughn, ain't nobody that Irish. It'll pop up and it's really funny.
He can be so funny, especially with somebody else. But like for a while, he was doing podcasts. I mean, when he does it by himself, and he's just like, he gets all down, and it's just annoying. So like he's
got some of the funniest bits, bro. Like he's got one about.
He does, but half of them don't make sense. It's still fucking hilarious. But I still love him. But like. When I tried to get into his podcast, when he would just talk on his own, he would be all his feelings about shit. And it's like, nobody wants to fucking hear that shit.
Well, one of my favorite things is not even him in the podcast. It's Brandon Schaub, I think, talking to Joe Rogan or something. And he's like, well, Theo's like, they're talking about how unique he is. And he's like Theo Vaughn's touring in Australia right now. And I called him, talked to him. He's like, yo, I got a koala coming to the room tonight. And he's like, bro, I heard they have like chlamydia and shit. You might want to wash your hands. He's like, shit, man. He might want to wash his hands. I got some stuff too.
Yeah.
Like that's that's one of my favorite Theo Vaughn moments that he didn't even say. Shots at him.
I'm not saying it's not funny. He was just getting to these like depressive states. It was such a bummer to watch. Like, I don't care.
He's funny.
I know he's funny.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, especially on like other podcasts, like on Joe Rogan. One of his best things. Did you see him interview Louis C.K.?
No.
Watch that. That's fantastic.
I might see a clip of it.
Louis C.K. loves him. Like the whole time you watch it, and like you could see like Louis C.K. with it being interviewed by other people, like Tim Dillon, and he doesn't really seem to be into it. But if you watch him with he loves like crazy people. He loves Bert, the Bertcast with Louis C.K. And then his new special is fantastic. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's because it's only on his website. The Theo Vaughn in Louis C.K. interview was probably one of the best things ever because he just loves Theo Vaughn for being such a crazy person. You just tell.
Yeah.
So he's so into the interview, and it's so funny. And the fact that you haven't seen it, you need to like watch it later tonight. It's so fucking. Louis C.K. is my favorite person of all time, hands down.
You are him. Whenever I listen, because I listen to stand up when I drive and when I fall asleep, so I listen quite often. And every time Louis C.K. comes on, you have the same mannerisms about shit. You hype up the same points of the story, like the same type of points to the story. Yeah, I always pictured you
stroking dick. Right? I love hearing that.
I'm like that's fucking same exact way Russell would say it.
Did you?
Same thing with Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane and Louis C.K. are the two people that whenever I listen to them, I always think of you or picture you doing what they're doing to get a better reference point of why it should be.
I think either one, but Louis C.K. is my favorite person ever.
Do you live here? No, I'm just having a hard time.
Yeah.
Of the courtyard in his apartment.
Yeah, in his apartment, the guy didn't know that he lived there. I don't know if I sent this to you. I probably did. You probably just didn't watch it. But him talking about Goodwill Hunting scene with the "Do you like apples?" Do you remember that?
I remember him. I've heard it.
I'm sending it to you right now. Do not open it so you see the notification so you can watch it later. It is my favorite joke of his about the "Do you like apples?" from.
I think I've heard it. Can you just give me a little part of it so I can? I'm pretty sure I saw it.
I don't really want to repeat his jokes. I could kind of do it, but if you want me to,
just give me something in the middle that.
Okay, all right. So first of all, the video starts off when he's like, I was watching this video and it was an anti-smoking ad, and it was a guy in like a wheelchair with like the trach thing, and he's a Puerto Rican guy, and he's like, my father smoked, and my mother smoked. I don't remember
it's a sentence. I don't remember it's a sentence.
Let me just tell it to you. He's like, I never smoked. And he's like, and my first thought was, why is his accent still like that? He's like, you think that if the air is bypassing the mouth, he wouldn't have that accent. He's like, is that just how air sounds in his body when he farts? It's like, Senor, I'm farting.
I never saw that one.
All right, so then he's like talking about like YouTube ads and like how somebody created that. He's like, "Fuck you." He's like, and you're just like 1, 2, 3, fuck you, and like skip it. And he's like, somebody made that. They trained a cheetah to run by a Jeep Cherokee. And then he's
fucking
like,
watch that.
But I was looking up this scene from a movie that I love, but it's a scene that I really hate. And he's like, this part I can't tell you because it's so long and it's so good. It's about the Goodwill Hunting. But anyways, that's how he introduces it. And then you just have to watch the thing about the Goodwill. Just look up Louis C.K. Goodwill Hunting. I'll send you the video. But anybody watching this, fucking Louis C.K. Goodwill Hunting. It's my favorite joke of his. And I've been watching him for years. And he's been my favorite person for years. But this is my favorite joke of his. And I'll send it to you. And then fucking.
Well, that being said, in order to end the podcast, I think that I'm going to show you one thing, and I think it's what you should make the video, the title of the video.
You're going to show me something on your phone?
No, I'm going to show you the tan line difference between my feet and my legs. I always wear socks everywhere in golf.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna call me the title of this should be the Whitefoot Italian.
All right. That's yeah. Well, I see you very white, but if we can zoom in here, you can see I have a thong. The
Yeah,
thong of my
you've always had that. You've always had that though.
always had that.
You always
Tan
had that.
to here, and then just white, and then tan toes.
You better get those tingers the fuck away from me.
All right, buddy. Listen, I'm about to send you this Louis C.K. thing, and I need you to watch it like immediately. Not wait fucking 2 weeks to fucking respond to me about it. I need you to watch it immediately. It's like a fucking 2-minute clip, but it's fucking hilarious.
Fine, do it.
But all right, but this is the end of the podcast.
Bye, guys. I mean, person, whoever's watching, or if somebody's 10 years from now and we're all cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. Probably won't be though.
All right. Yeah. See, it's 9
Hey, you
minutes.
know what?
My food's 9 minutes away. So.
All right, one last thing. This is not going to ever get famous. We're not going to get famous. But if we do, whatever. But if most chance we're not. So goodbye to everybody watching this after we die because they want to feel close to us.
It's when we die that we're gonna get famous. So like, oh, they were the best.
Picasso.
Yep. That's when people are gonna read my shit finally.
Yep. Because
All
I
right.
want to get to know who Russell was.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's gonna have their like artistic outlook of like how the way I thought and everything. They'd be like, actually, he meant this when he was talking about a fucking superhero that shoots diarrhea in people's faces.
Look, I'm telling you, Jesus could solve so many problems if he just came back and had one interview.
I am Jesus. And on
You're
that
not-
note,
Well, you can't be Jesus. You're not even Mexican.
I'm half Kanye.
You're half pussy. Oh, plug 22 vets a day kill themselves. Fucking support it. 22.
Memorial Day.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah. Technically.
It's an
All right, buddy.
epidemic.
All right.
All right.
All right, peace.
Send me the thing right now.
I will right now, I swear. And I want to text in 2 minutes, you fuck.
Fuck you, pussy.